So we're already well into the year 2023. And so far, it has already happened many incredible juggling feats throughout the world. Like, for example, Sylar Buckner, who did 11 balls at the age of 12, becoming the youngest juggler to ever do so. Kevin from Finland, at the age of 11, who now just flashed 6 clubs and also 9 balls. We have Kaito Tanioka from Japan, who now is the 3rd person with the longest 7-club run ever of 260 catches. We have Simeon Graham and Enzo Nicolas, who just did incredible runs with 8 balls, with Simeon with over 170 catches in Wimpy, and Enzo Nicolas with a new world record in half shower with more than 190 catches. And Enzo also broke the world record for 5, 6, 7 and also 9 balls in half shower as well. Like, already we've seen so many incredible things. But for this video, it's not what has happened earlier in 2023 or even before that, but what I hope for to see in 2023. And all of the things that I'm going to mention in this video, I really believe is possible. Not that it is going to happen, but I think the possibility is there if someone puts enough time and work into it. So here are 10 things that I hope to see in 2023 in the juggling community. Okay, so the first thing that I want to see is another 14-ball flash. The 14-ball flash has occurred before. Alex Barron did it as the first person ever in 2017. But since then, no one else have done it. And that's for good reason. Because it's really difficult. But when I think about who has the potential to maybe do it this very year, 3 names comes to mind. And that is Dylan Tweed, Dan Wood, and Tom Whitfield. I think they all have the potential to do it, but it will require tons of attempts and also some luck. But yeah, who knows? Anyways, that's the first thing that I hope for to see in 2023. Okay, so this one is quite similar to the previous one, but a little bit more difficult. So what I would love to see this year are some good attempts of 15 and 16 balls. So far, at least I haven't seen any 15 or 16 ball attempts anywhere online ever. And that as well is for good reason, because it's really difficult. But we have seen some 8 ball in one hand attempts. And regarding that, I think that 8 balls in one hand should be possible, even though no one has done it yet. That leads me to think that 16 balls also should be possible. Not that it will happen, but the possibility is there. So, some 15 and 16 ball attempts, that would be really cool. And here, I think Dylan Tweed, because of his amazing hand speed, could be the juggler to give it some serious attempts. Okay, so the third thing that I would love to see is something quite different. And that is 7 Diablos high. The level at which the top Diablo players are at today compared to like 10 years ago, it's so different. Like, the level is just growing so much. And honestly, I don't think it's going to stop. I think they're just going to continue to push each other to become better and better. And when I think about that, I was thinking, okay, so now 6 Diablos high has been the world record for quite some years. And I've seen quite a lot of really promising attempts from Kenta Hara, maybe not with 7 Diablos, but with 6 Diablos as well, getting really close to the world record of Guillaume Karpowicz. And that really leads me to believe that 7 Diablos by maybe Guillaume Karpowicz or Kenta Hara could be a possibility. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but if anyone is going to do it, I think they are the people with the highest possibility of doing it. Okay, so the fourth thing is almost the same as last one, but not 7 Diablos high, but 7 Diablos low. So, is this possible? I think so. But is it difficult? Yes, absolutely. So, as I mentioned previously, like the level has just gone up a lot. But if we're thinking about how should 7 Diablos Low even be possible, one of the ways that I've thought about that should make it plausible, at least, is to have a Diablo player doing 5 Diablos Low and then an assistant who can drop 2 Diablos into the pattern. But like, to make this happen, the Diablo player with 5 needs to be so good at 5 Diablos. And you know, it's not that many years ago since Diablo players learned to self-start with 5. So you need that person that's super solid to make it happen, and you also need the assistant who perfectly can drop down 2 Diablos into the pattern. And that assistant must be willing to do it, most likely for maybe months. And to find that combination with that one really good Diablo player and that one really good assistant, and them being willing to do this as a project over a long period of time, is kind of what would make it difficult to happen. But now I'm putting it out there, and I think if anyone were to do it, I would root for Ronnie Slowinski and Pen Zen. Please give it a go. It would be really amazing to watch. So number 5, and that is 8-ball world record. Finally, I think that we have come to the time when this record could be broken. If I'm not mistaken, this world record has stood all the way back since 2006 by Anthony Gatto, and I think it was 1 minute and 13 seconds that he juggled 8 balls in async. And can it now be beaten? Well, I think so. And the reason for this is that we see such a quick rise of 8-ball jugglers that surpass 100 catches. And Anthony, he did well past 300 catches, so it's still quite a gap. But now we've seen Luca Pfermenges, who's done more than 200 catches. We see Tom Whitfield, who's really pushing it up there. We see a new world record by Enzo Nicolas. And we also see Simeon Graham, who's pushing 8-ball Wimpy a lot lately. And all of these 4 jugglers, I really think, have the potential to break it this year if they put the time and effort into it. And to break one of those records that have stood for so long, I think would be really amazing. So let's see if it happens. But anyways, that's the 5th thing that I hope for to see in 2023. Okay, so number 6. This is not a pattern that's runnable, but it's actually a trick. And it's a massive trick. I think it's possible. And this trick is 7 club, 7 up, 2 stage, 720. Like, just when I think about it, it just blows my mind. But I think that we have come to the point where we're actually maybe able to see it. And I think that's usually because of the rise of new 7 club tricks that just happen so often right now. Now there's just so many jugglers that push each other to do better with 7 clubs. And when I think about it, I think that it's mainly 4 jugglers that comes to mind of who could maybe do this amazing feat. 3 of them are from Japan and 1 from the United States. And that is Kaito and Kenta Tanioka, Masahiro Takahashi, and also Spencer Androli. All of these jugglers have just shown enormous potential. And to see them give a go at a 7-up 2-stage 720, that would just be amazing. Not sure if it's going to happen, but that's at least the 6th thing that I hope for to see in 2023. Okay, number 7. And that is 8 club world record. Like, now the time is here. The 8 club world record of 16 catches has stood for way too long. And now, already in like the end of 2022, we saw Spencer Androli tie that record with getting 16 catches in the 9-7 pattern. And me and Kaito Tanioka and also Moritz Rosner this very year have already done 12 catches of 8 clubs. So now we're many jugglers who push each other to do better with 8. And I think the 8 club world record really is going to fall this year. So I think it's just a matter of not if it will happen, but how quick it will happen. And if we continue to push each other to make this happen, I think it could go even further than just 16 catches. So that's one of the main things that I hope for, and also one of the main things that I work for to happen in 2023. So number 8 is not 8 clubs, but 9 club world record. So this record has stood since I broke it in 2016 of 11 catches. And personally, I would argue that my level now is quite a bit higher than my level was back then. And also we have Moritz Rosner, who also quite recently have flashed 9 clubs. And then also, of course, Kaito Tanioka and Kenta Tanioka and Spencer and Masahiro. We have so many good jugglers, at least at 8 clubs, which I also think could be able to go up to 9. And of course, I can't forget about Rudolf Levitsky as well, who has just been way too close at his 9 club flash. So now we're so many jugglers that have the potential to break this record. And I think with this one, the 9 club world record, as well as the 8 club world record, is going to fall this year. At least I'm going to work towards to make that happen. Okay, so number 9. And it's not just a 12-ball world record, but also a 12-ball qualify. So just by looking at Tom Whitfield's attempts alone with 12 balls, I think that this would be doable. And it would be one of the most amazing juggling feats like throughout history, in my opinion. Kind of to just even imagine that a qualify with 12 balls would happen or can happen is amazing to me. And I really think that Tom Whitfield is the person to do so. So let's see if it happens. He's now already at 18 catches, just 2 catches shy of Alex Barron's world record with 12 balls in Wimpy of 20 catches. So maybe Tom Whitfield even can do it in async. At least that would be really, really cool. Okay, so number 10. The last thing that I would love to see this year is a 13 ring flash. This already has been done quite a lot of years ago, like more than 20 years ago, by Albert Lucas, who did 13 rings in the sync fountain pattern. But that run is not online, so I haven't seen it, and also most jugglers haven't seen it either. But then we had another juggler, Willy Colombaioni, who became really close at making it. So it really is doable. But what I really would love to see is a 13 ring flash in the cascade pattern. And when I think about that, there are 3 jugglers that come to mind that I think could be able to actually make that happen if they work towards it. But first of all, they would need to have some good holsters that can hold 4 rings in total, so 2 on each side, and then most likely 9 in the hands. And those 3 jugglers that I think about are David Yemishan from Ukraine, Daniel Lysenko, also from Ukraine, and also the currently 11 ring world record holder, and also another juggler which I hadn't heard about before this very year, surprisingly, and that is Aramis Gonzales from Argentina, who's just putting out so many super clean 11 ring flashes. And I think that all of these 3 jugglers have the potential to do it, so let's just hope that they keep on working enough on it to make it happen. But now I'll leave the question to you. What do you want to see in 2023? And also, which one of my claims do you actually think will happen? And which one do you think won't happen? That's it for this video, and thank you for watching.